welcome to Lights Camera Texas. I'm Billiana Regis, and today's guest is Michael Druck from Michael Druck Casting, and he's also based here in Texas and LA, and he submits coast to coast. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you.
What is the most challenging thing about your job?
Deadlines are probably the most challenging thing. I will get a call on Friday for a Monday shoot, and then they'll be like, how soon can we get photos? How soon can we get options? Right away, I like to think, as long as I have a solid 36 hours, 24 hours, that's great. But then I feel bad that the actors might have 12 hours to submit on their project before I have to start pulling and getting options to my client.
What qualities do you look for the person auditioning?
Qualities for the person auditioning. Looking at the resume, I want to see what skills they have, like how much experience. If they have 2 credits versus 20 credits, I look at that. But it doesn't mean I won't call in the person with 2 credits if they're right for the role. Training's a big thing. I do like to ask actors, especially when we have a few moments to chat, hey, when's the last time you took a class? Oh, I'm waiting to book it a little more before I take a class, are the excuses I commonly hear. And I'm just like, well, don't you think you'd be getting more bookings if you're training more? It's like kind of putting the cart before the horse. And I remember my time in LA and in New York. Those actors are gladiators. If they're not on set, they're in class. Whether they booked pilots, whether they booked a national commercial, they're just in there because they know they need a stable community to better themselves every week, and they know that they haven't made it. And even when you make it, you have actors who consistently train with their coaches. Theater is a big thing for me. Improv. I want to see that they've been on set too. Depending on what the audition is, if it's commercial or if it's film. But if it's improv and theater based, I'll know that they will know how to be in a room if I ask them to go off book, or if I ask them to, do something a little bit different, or if the director's there for the callback and they're giving direction, I know that they could probably be on their toes and give them what they need.
Let's talk about once an actor leaves the audition room, what should they do? Should they stay there and linger? Should they just throw their sides away? What do you think is your option?
After the audition, you really need to just put it behind you. It's great if you can keep a library of your own sides so you have them. What if you get the call back? You want to be prepared and not have to reprint them or ask your agent for them again. If you have the sides at home or your tablet and you have an extra copy, it's always nice if you want to ask the assistant or whoever's checking you in if they need an extra copy. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we'll just recycle it for you, so that's nice. You're never more in your head than after an audition. So again, you just need to be happy with the work you've done and move forward. If you're not happy, do some training. Work on it for the next time. You just got to consistently make yourself better and do the best work that you can. If you can ask yourself, did I do my best? Well, great, then move on from it.
I think a lot of actors also forget that, getting an audition is a huge opportunity, compared to, all the people that could have had that audition.
Yeah, if I get 400 submissions, I'm going to call in maybe 30 for a role. That's, I said the number 30, now I'm thinking maybe 20. 20, okay, great. And then, say I feel like, the tapes that we look at, we narrow it down to 6 for the callback. And then who gets the job? Sometimes 3 for the callback. I don't like to waste people's time if I can help it, but if the client wants to see that many people, that's fine.
So during a callback, should the actor wear the same clothes?
I believe that the callback actor should wear the same clothes. I mean, you don't want to get so meticulous. Oh my gosh, this is a different undershirt. You know what? Mm-hmm. Like right now I'm wearing a blue shirt. If I have blue, great. But if I made a wine stain, I need to put another blue shirt on. Okay, great, that's fine. But yeah, you want to wear what you wore for the initial audition because that's what they liked.
Someone, maybe it's the casting director or director, asks the question, "Tell me about yourself." What should an actor say at that point?
Okay. Tell me about yourself is really something we get so we can see your personality. And not so much so we can see your personality, it's so the tape can see your personality and whoever wasn't able to be in the room can see your personality.
Casting for real people.
Yes, that's
Let's
a big
talk about
one.
That one.
I see people get really sensitive with this topic. Real people casting. Say Gatorade is saying, hey, we want people who are avid track and field enthusiasts. What they want to avoid is me bringing someone in and them saying, hi, I'm an actor and I will do whatever it takes to get this role. Great, we already know that. I want, if you're an actor who did track and field at some point, or you're an actor who is an avid runner, I want to hear about that. So yes, actors who do track and field submit for the role, or have your agent submit you. Great, awesome. It doesn't mean you're not qualified for that. When you come into the room, you are Mr. or Mrs. Track and Field.
What about video auditions? How do you feel when actors submit video auditions?
I feel like self-tape is the way to go. For a lot of people who can't make that physical audition, I do feel like some people are afraid if they don't go to the audition, they're not being considered. That's not true. Same thing with a good headshot. If you have a good video that's clean cut, well lit, good audio, and a good read, then that's great. Instead of having to call in 60 people that day, I called in 20 for my session, and I got 40 self-tapes. Now we have 60 contenders for this role, and I didn't have to do 3 days of casting.
Thanks so much for watching this episode with Michael Druck, and stay tuned for more tips and information on the Texas